Today, we will guide you through permanently repairing cracks in a poured concrete foundation with our easy-to-use Emecole Metro Crack Repair Kit. Kits can include injection material for structural and non-structural repairs. Today's project is for a non-structural repair using polyurethane foam. The process for a structural repair using epoxy is similar. Today's kit includes 3 dual cartridges of 302 surface seal and port adhesive, 3 dual cartridges of 102 urethane foam, 1 syringe of 455 blowhole repair adhesive, 1 Jake manual dispensing tool in a 300-300 configuration, element mixers and retaining nuts, 6 crossover restrictors, 50 surface ports and caps, 10 corner ports and caps, safety glasses, gloves, 1 plastic trowel, 1 wire brush, a drop cloth, 1 toolbox, and 1 plastic squeeze bottle for water. For this job, we recommend using an angle grinder with a dust shroud, chalk or a marker, a wet-dry shop vacuum, a mask, paper plates or scrap pieces of cardboard, and a hammer in addition to the included kit supplies. Surface preparation. The surface around the crack must be dry and clean. Place a drop cloth on the floor beneath the work area and remove loose and flaking concrete, paint, and efflorescence, using a grinder if necessary to expose raw concrete and at least 2 inches on either side of the crack. Using a wire brush, clean the remaining dust and dirt off of the surface surrounding the crack. Marking port placement. Starting approximately 4 inches off the floor, use the chalk to make marks on the wall every 8 inches, centered over the crack. Remove the caps from the surface ports and set them aside for later use. Prepare surface seal. Remove the cap and white plug from surface seal cartridge. Set the white plug aside to seal any unused product when the job is complete. Insert the dual tube into the dispensing gun, making sure the push rods are properly aligned. Discs must be centered inside the plunger to prevent cartridge leakage. Dispense a small amount of surface seal onto a paper plate or scrap piece of cardboard and mix it well. Mix in small batches as the adhesive will begin to set shortly after the material is mixed. Repeat this step each time you require more surface seal. Attaching surface ports. Apply a small amount of mixed surface seal to the base of the port and adhere it to the wall, centered over the crack at each mark. Do not allow material to block the bottom of the port opening or the crack under it. Repeat until the crack is completely ported. Sealing the crack. Apply surface seal over the crack and using the trowel, work surface seal material along the entire surface of the crack, mounding around the attached ports. The recommended material application is 1/8 to 1/4 inch thick and 2 to 3 inches wide, being careful not to extend over any painted surface. Let the surface seal and port adhesive cure thoroughly before beginning the injection process. A good indication that curing is finished is that an indentation cannot be made with your fingernail. Flushing the crack. Starting at the top port, flush the crack with water by inserting the plastic water bottle in each port, moving down to the lowest port. Water should come out of the ports below, indicating that the crack is contiguous and that ports are not blocked by the surface sealer. Water is also necessary to flush the crack and aid in resin activation. Preparing the cartridge. Remove the cap, clear restrictor, and white plug from the injection material cartridge. Set aside the white plug to seal any unused product when the job is complete. Snap the restrictor from its ring and place it on top of the tube, fin side facing up. Place the mixer on top of the cartridge straight down, making sure to keep the restrictor in place and secure it with a nut. Dispense 1 mixer's worth of material into a paper cup to ensure a proper mix of material. You may inject the urethane foam or epoxy by directly inserting the mixer into the surface ports, but we recommend using the included hose assembly. Attach the wide end of the hose assembly over the mixer tip by pressing firmly. Use the white plastic clamp to soften the tube and ready it for material and to stop the flow of material from the cartridge. It should be situated about 2 inches from the end of the hose. Insert the dual tube into the dual caulk gun, making sure the push rods are properly aligned. The discs must be secured tightly to the push rods so they sit flat, not on an angle. When inserting the push rods, ensure the discs do not catch on the lip of the plunger. Injecting the crack. For vertical cracks, attach the small end of the hose assembly into the lowest port by pressing firmly. For horizontal cracks, begin at either end or the lowest end, if one is lower than the other. Begin injecting under low pressure, giving the polyurethane time to flow into and fill all small fissures in the crack. The core of the low-pressure crack injection process is the Jake gun. With its unique spring mechanism, it maintains pressures below 40 psi, ensuring a controlled, consistent material flow into the crack. Note: if experiencing resistance, pause and check that the plunger discs are centered and seated properly. Once the polyurethane begins to flow from the port above, use the white plastic pinch valve on the hose assembly to stop the material flow and plug the first port with a cap. Move up to the next port and repeat the procedure. Continue until the entire crack has been injected. Removing ports. Ports can be removed by striking with a hammer after foaming is complete. Ports can be removed 3 to 4 hours after injection if using polyurethane and approximately 24 hours if using epoxy. Our foundation crack repair kits come in a variety of configurations, depending on the nature and needs of the repair. For further information, check out our website or call to speak with one of our technical advisors. Thank you for using Emecole Metro's Concrete Foundation Crack Repair Kit, and be sure to check out our other products and videos.